I'm Tom, and we've got Chantelle here as well. We are interviewing two special gentlemen this afternoon. So firstly, we've got the local Leicester legend rapper Jay, who's with us, and then of course we've got Jack from Hive Creative as well, legendary producer too. How are we both doing then, gents?
Very well, thank you, mate. Very well.
Yeah.
It's been a busy, weekend and year, to say the least.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Been a busy weekend and a busy year. You know, it's December now. It's sort of people are starting to wrap up their year and sort of reflect on themselves.
Yeah.
Been a good year for the both of you.
But yeah, it's been good. Not such a busy weekend for me, to be honest. I've had a chilled one, but yeah, been a good year. Been a very productive year. We've got a lot done individually and together.
Collectively, yeah.
A hell of a lot.
Yeah, the most progressive year probably of my life, and especially like with my career and with music as well. Yeah, it's been non-stop, mate, to be honest. But it's good. It's what I wanted.
Yeah, no, wonderful stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
I remember towards the start of the year when I'd done work on another radio project. You know, I'd gotten to Shan had been like, hey, you know, introduced me to you through emails, and you at the time you'd released Haters.
Oh yes.
You worked on that at the start of the year. And I remember that. I think that was my favourite submission on the radio project.
Oh, cool! Thank you. Oh, brilliant!
It was. Yeah.
That's good to hear.
To big you up there. So I've got a couple of questions for you, Jay. So when now that you've had as you said, you had this busy year of with music and artist work and everything. When did you first start making music?
So I was 14 when I got into rap music. The first kind of bit I'd seen was Eminem. Actually, it was "Lose Yourself" was the first bit of rap music.
Yeah.
And yeah, my friend introduced me to him, showed me that song, and that was kind of it. I just fell in love with rap music. And what I did was, so I grew up in North Wales.
Okay.
So I, when I'd come down to Leicester from North Wales to visit my family, my stepdad, and my stepmum, my stepbrothers, and one of them just started beatboxing, and yeah, I just started freestyling, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So straight away from
straight off the top, yeah, I just loved it. Do you know what I mean? Like what I used to do around that time as well, I'd sit, and it was before you could just find lyrics on the internet, or it would take a long time to find them. Yeah. So I just used to sit and repeat songs and rewrite the songs. Do you know what I mean? So I'd want to know Eminem's lyrics, let's say, so I'd just rewrite and write until I knew it all, and I just wanted to know every word of it. So yeah, 14 years old was when I actually so I started freestyling and went back to Wales from having like a summer down here, and then I started to put the pen to the paper. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that was it. And then if I'm honest, I was really lucky because a local producer heard about what I was doing. So yeah, he got me around at 14, so I recorded my first bit of music as well, which was excellent, amazing, obviously at the time.
Must have been quite an opportunity at 14. You're recording your first piece of music.
Yeah, it was really, really cool, mate. Yeah, and I like recorded it one weekend, went back in school, and the following week, and people are singing my song, and it was just like what a feeling. Do you know what I mean? Like that was my dream, man. Like it was
must
just
be fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, superb. So I'm going to ask you a question now, Jack, if that's all right.
Of course.
So we've got, as I mentioned, we've got Jack from Hive Creative. So you do a lot of production work, not just with audio, but with visuals as well, don't you? So with that in mind, what's the sort of typical routine when you're producing stuff on an audio basis or on a visual basis? What's your sort of typical production routine for that?
So, to be honest, more so nowadays, Hive Creative is the audio side, is the visual side of it. Sorry, Hive as an umbrella brand, like Hive Audio was the production side. It's kind of gone to the back burner a little bit now because Hive Creative's got so busy. So we still work on tracks. Obviously, I made Haters. I made the beat for an upcoming song that you will talk about later. But it's more of a passion project now than a main project. The main focus for me right now is Hive Creative. So what we do at the minute, especially talking music videos in particular, in this particular instance, is we will sit and kind of put a plan together, get a bit of a location list. Where do we want to shoot this? What's the look and feel? What's kind of the narrative? What's the storyline? We'll kind of brainstorm a little bit. You heavily get involved in that as well.
Yeah, I've started 2 more now, haven't I?
Yeah. 100%. Jay's
more like looking at the lyrics and seeing kind of what am I saying here, and how do we want to project that, I guess.
And then once that kind of plan's in place, we'll then obviously scout some locations, get a plan in place. We'll go out and shoot. Mostly it's done in the day, shooting wise. I'll take it away.
Quite
start to
morning.
literally we
early in the morning is.
Yeah,
and that's
quite an early crack on.
That's the way to start. Yeah.
we obviously then do performance shots and B-roll, starting with the performance shots, cut it all up till we're happy, fill the gaps with some B-roll, tell the narrative a little bit more. And that's pretty much it.
That's
we work
you
on it.
go
You
home
see a
and edit,
draft.
don't you? Yeah. Break it down. We have a few little. What do you think about this and this?
As long as
if there's any clips I don't like in there of myself, I'm like, Jack, remove that. I didn't like the way that.
Oh, it's the faces.
Yeah, it's the faces. Yeah, in fact, you get some funny faces when you record it.
But it's very much a collaborative process, especially with Jay, because we are close anyway. We've known each other a while now, so it's always going to be a case of it needs to be right for both of us. I need to be happy with it because it's my work. It's got my name on it.
Yeah.
Jay needs to be happy with it because it's his song, it's his music, it's his baby. So
It's
like
my
it needs to be both happy. So it's very much a collaborative process. So.
Yeah.
I would say it shows because I personally, the lyrics and the storytelling, you can tell that you work together.
Yeah, cool.
And you can tell that you've got that connection because personally, I don't say it's bad for other artists, but most artists I see who rap, it's the same everything. It's always at like a car park. It's always just like, let's be in a car park and then there's a car there.
We've had a few of those.
Haters was kind of that vibe, but I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can't just.
Yeah.
You got to go. Okay, what's the next one?
Yeah, what do we do next?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was like Wonderland. Like that was so fun to do Wonderland. Like it was literally with Wonderland.
Agreed.
With Wonderland, I wrote these bars just for fun. I just heard this beat and it reminded me of like a Slim Shady kind of thing. Like,
That's what
hi, my name is, and it just reminded me of that.
That's the vibe I got.
Yeah, that's good because that's what I wanted, and that's what I felt when I heard the beat. And then I just, the song is about Wonderland. Is about like I'm saying, like life isn't a fairy tale. Like and from the outside, you know, with social media and stuff, things look all glamorous and glitzy and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But actually, life's not like that for anyone. It's we've all got our challenges and
that's what I like about the video. It literally
and it's just it took the mic.
And
you know
the video was Jay's initial idea.
Yeah, which is the first time
you
I've ever come up
conceptualised
with
the
anything.
idea.
Yeah, which was cool for me. Because then I went to you, didn't I? I come to you and Jack was like, "Yeah, I see this.
The
I see
evolution
what we
of
can
that
do."
was when we said let's buy the fake cash. It came and it kind of looked so obviously fake. We thought we'd have a play on it.
Yeah.
The one scene that kind of I guess that I latched onto there was and I won't sell out for $100,000. Throw the money in the air.
Jack said to me, like, take the money out your back pockets, throw it up.
And you decided to then chase the money, and it just became a whole thing. Let's just take the absolute piss here because this is going to be funny. So
you mentioned about how the two of you, Jack, you mentioned about the two of you got are quite close, as it means currently. So how did you two end up meeting initially?
I'll tell this one.
Yeah, go on.
I'm engaged to his sister.
I see.
Wow. Wasn't engaged when we met. We were just
early days.
I'm glad you said his sister then.
but yeah, no, we're now engaged. So yeah, brother-in-law, we're family.
Yeah. La Familia. No, it was cool to be honest because at the time I was going through like my own personal things like hard stuff. And like Jack said, I think Jack had been seeing my sister for a little while and then got introduced to him. I think it was 2015. It was 2015 Christmas is when it was, and then it was not long after I was going through some hard times. And I was just chilling with Jack a lot and my sister, and actually I think you started making beats kind of almost for me at that time. Really, you were DJing and stuff. And he was in bands. He was in bands and stuff. Jack was, at
the time,
guitarist, weren't you?
It was your old house, wasn't it? And I think you and one of your old friends were there. He was making beats. You were rapping. Essentially, I didn't think the beats were very good. I'm from quite a heavy metal background. Yeah. So when I was like 15, I was in like metal bands gigging at the Shed, local gigs, whatever it might have been. I was a guitarist in bands. So I kind of knew music anyway. I wasn't completely new to it, but I was new to production. Yeah, and I was listening to some of the things that this lad was doing, and I was a bit like, I can probably do this. So downloaded good old GarageBand and Logic, had a play, sent you a beat, and then it kind of went from there, didn't it? So.
Yeah, I think actually you can still see our first release together, which is on my SoundCloud. Come a long
to
way since then.
So playing next.
It's all part of the journey.
So playing next.
There's a good opportunity to plug Jay's SoundCloud here for everyone that's interested in the very first beat that Jack and Jay both created.
Don't judge. I was 12.
No, obviously we've come a long way, but it's cool to look back at that stuff because you see how you've progressed.
100%.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's all about the journey.
It's all about the journey, man. 100%. We all start somewhere.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a fan of. I see a couple of people that I know that are in production that are embarrassed by all the old content. Get rid of it and start fresh, a new alias or new identity.
Yeah,
completely
rebrand.
Not exactly a complete rebrand. Not always is it a good case in case, like, if you want to grow as a creator, you know, it's important to know where you started from.
100%, I agree, and I think it adds that. Do you know, like, obviously, if you're trying to gain a following and stuff as well, that old stuff gives people more of an insight to who you are and where you've come from, and to let you know, like, there's Eminem for an example. It's like, I look, obviously he's my idol, and I love to see like that raw stuff before he even made it, because it's like he's just a human being. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
He shows both sides to him, and that's amazing. Like the fire, the anger, and everything like that, and then the comedy.
Yeah, all the just funny. Just
that's what he used to do. And you know, his first song was going to be something funny, something catchy, and it worked.
Yeah.
So for both of you, actually, is there any advice that you'd give to anyone that's looking to start out in either, you know, with as a musician or as a producer?
For me, believe in yourself, 100%. Just believe in it. Don't be scared about nothing. Don't worry about what people think. Go for it, give it your all, and have fun. I forgot to have fun for quite a few years, and I got too serious. Yeah. So for me, this is what I've recaptured this year, is fun. Have fun, and people will feel it. And like, so with Wonderland, with my song Hope, they were two songs where I was like, I don't even know if anyone's going to like these songs. Like, I think they'd be quite judgmental and whatever. And actually, they're two of the songs that have had great feedback. Do you know what I mean? It's just, Wonderland, people were just laughing at it. Like, I was like, wicked, because that's what I wanted, man. But I thought you were going to judge me on that. And then Hope is very deep. Do you know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? It's powerful, and that was like from my heart. So it's kind of like, am I opening myself up like that? And because that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm making myself vulnerable and saying, this is me. Listen to this. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, but that is 100% the advice. Just go for it.
I would say personally. So Tom will know I've been through some stuff with my mate at the moment who's currently missing. And I remember, like, I found out an update on, obviously, the situation on the way back from my mum's, and your song came on. And I'm not going to lie, I must have played it about 3 times in a row, because it literally, the lyrics, so what you said about the emotion, and that just definitely connected.
Just to put that out there,
that's amazing.
The first time Jay showed me Hope, obviously it's in raw demo format, he's just spitting it to get some feedback.
Just finished it, like.
I mean, I said to him at the time, "This is your best work yet." Yeah. I don't think he believed me at the time.
No, I didn't know.
But recently, he turned around and said,
"Yeah, you were right."
I see what he said.
Should have recorded that. You say you got that.
Right, you were right.
I'm gonna have that on repeat. That's my text code.
You were right. Yeah. No. So honestly, the advice I'd give is just go for it. Have fun with it. Don't worry about what other people think. Be you. If you think it's good, other people are gonna think it's good. 100%.
Yeah. So very much sort of have faith in your own capability to
100%.
To create, to produce.
Yeah.
To be you.
To be you. Exactly. To be yourself.
I would say songs. I don't know. I think more that we've got social media nowadays. When lyrics come across that are real, like not just storytelling and such, but they're real and more people can relate to it.
Yeah, like they relate with you.
Yeah, so the videos, for instance, I find last few years videos are not really that important, if you know what I mean. Like, but because of social media now, people know now you have to have that video that connects with the song rather than like just, as I said before, just like maybe just stick the basics in the background. We're just
like
doing that. The concept, you have to have a story to tell with it. So I think now videos are more like telling that story. If you get it right, it pushes the song even more.
100%. And from like a corporate standpoint, even video is just one of the most growing forms of media you can latch onto and use for your marketing, your collateral. So even from a corporate point of view, video is the future. Video is what keeps people's attention.
People like to see things.
Yeah.
Exactly that. So I mean, that kind of goes across all kind of areas of, being an artist is like running a business. It is trying to market yourself. It's trying to put yourself in front of people that you want to put yourself in front of. So visuals, 100%.
Yeah, because I think obviously there's I feel was a bit lost in a few years because, you had music channels that used to be the way going back, that used to be the way. And then
Channel AKA? Channel was it Channel U? Was the one of them as well?
You don't have that much, so social media now is
social
bringing that
media.
back.
It's more the platforms, isn't it?
like artists these days, you can get Logic, you can get a microphone, you can get some music out there so much easier these days. It's exactly the same with creative.
Yeah.
You can get a camera. A lot of people nowadays are recording music videos on their phone. It's everybody has access to something that they can use in a creative way.
Yeah.
And that's just the age we're living in. It's brilliant, but. It just goes to show how kind of, I guess, important those creatives are, those visual creatives to go with the music.
Yeah. I remember reading or hearing somewhere that ideas aren't necessarily limited by budget, and more so based on what you
100%
perceive your ideas to be.
Yeah.
It's finding a way to go around it.
Totally, I think that nowadays, especially as you mentioned, there's as long as you can just get a hold of something to get your ideas started, just a start. Whether it's if you're an artist, just a £20 USB mic in your bedroom.
Exactly, mate.
Just get some ideas down. That it's a start. It might not be sort of Abbey Road Studios level of production quality, but it's a start.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
No, you've got to start somewhere, haven't you? You've definitely got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
I think my first bit of recording equipment was an 8-track that was given to me by my cousin. It was mad, man. I could record on it, but it was gutting because the function to actually then burn it off to a CD, it didn't work. You should have seen the bit of kit. It was as heavy as the dining table. It was just like,
I don't think I've ever seen an 8-track. I'll be honest with you.
Mate, it was a cool bit of kit to be fair. I can imagine it was really cool in its day.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it was
now in a museum somewhere.
That's it. Yeah. Now with the dinosaurs.
I'd say keep a hold of that. When you make it big, that'd be like Jay's 8-track. This is a part of.
Still have that.
I'll probably do somewhere. It's a good shot.
This is historic music memorabilia. This is,
I've still got my first mic. I know that one.
It's Jay's first mic, ladies and gents.
Auction that off a bit later.
Oh, fantastic stuff. So when it comes to productivity, whether it's just getting started straight away on music or any visual work, quite a lot of the time, you hear about with writers, you hear about writer's block, and with creative, outlooks on that, you hear about a creative block. So when you do get stuck on a project, if that has happened, what's your way of getting around that?
Do you know what? So these days, what I used to do was sit and try and write and force it, and until I could kind of get something. But it doesn't work. You never, for me anyway, personally, you're never happy with it. So now I just walk away. I just leave it. It be. Honestly, you could send me a beat. And I'll sit and I know, like, I love the beat. The beat's wicked, and I want to write to it. But right now, nothing's happening. So
you're walking back to my track anytime soon.
Love it. Let's get it on air. Let's get it on proof. That's it. And for me, it's just like, I remember getting a beat off my cousin. It was kind of like a old school kind of acoustic-y hip hop thing, and he gave it me. Just say it was probably 2009. He gave it me, and I wrote something to it later on in 2009. Forced it. But I wasn't really happy with it. 2 years later, bam! And at that time, that was my best song. And that was because I just left it, forget about it. So that is what I do. I personally leave it be. I think it's maybe different for the visual side of things.
Yeah, what about you, Jack? What's your way of coming around anything visual
Not
based
walking
on
away.
video?
I can kind of relate to the walking away. I guess for the most part in my industry, you work into deadlines. Sometimes you can't walk away. Sometimes you've just got to work through the creative block, which works to an extent. Other times, I guess, taking a walk, having a shower, ideas come to you at the most random times. So if you need to get away but you have deadlines, get away for an hour. Try and do something that's relaxing. Try and do something that actually kind of makes you not think about the creative side
just
of it.
step away from
Sometimes
it.
something will come.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, and you have deadlines, I'm sorry guys, you just got to work through it. Like, deadlines are deadlines.
Yeah.
but no, agreed. Sometimes walking away is needed.
Yeah, I think and obviously I'm not a creator in that respect. I'm a songwriter.
Still a creator.
Yeah, I know I'm a creator, but I'm not. I don't do visuals, so I can't really say. But yeah, for me, it was actually my cousin said to me. I said to him about writer's block because I'm sitting there trying to force it, and he's like, just kind of leave it. Like, if you're not in that mind space, then you're just not there. What I've done, and quite a lot of times, is I've written half a song, so I've got the chorus, I've got the first verse and the bridge, and then the second verse just isn't happening, and it's like months and months and months, and it'll just click. So
when it comes to you in that right moment.
Yes, exactly. And to be honest with you, that's how songs happen for me. Like people have asked me through the years, like, how do you write songs? I'm like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't tell you the trick. All I can see. All I can.
Just not doing it.
Just not doing it. Just leave here now. Write itself. No, you know, it is for me with music. Obviously, all my stuff is. I mean everything. You know what I mean? Everything means something to me. So
you have to be in a headspace.
Yes, I have to. It has to click. Yeah, it has to click. It has to click, and the music will hit me in a certain way. I'm like, bam, and that's it. I'm just expressing something that's on my mind, I guess.
What kind of mood? Like I think I get to a limit. So saying if something going wrong and then something else goes wrong, it doesn't make me go, oh, I can't be bothered with this. It makes me more focused,
more determined,
and it's more like, you know what, I'm doing it myself or something like that, and then that anger and that frustration goes into that.
Yeah, that's cool.
What moods kind of help you, like, to get in? If you're upset or angry, does that make you write better, or?
Yeah, I think for me it's not. So it won't be like directly. Like, let's just say, you know, I don't know, you're a bit upset, you feel like crying, whatever.
Yeah.
It won't be directly right after that, after I feel like crying, but what it'll probably be is, let's say, a few weeks later, a week later, where I'm kind of reflecting on it, and I've been feeling a certain way, then emotion will come out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's how it is a lot, but... Yeah, to be honest, as I've got older, like a lot of it, I just love melodies. I love writing a melody. You know, before it was just like lyrics, bars. How many words can I rhyme? What's the biggest and the best words I can think of? So yeah, but now it's about I'll listen to a beat, and I'll just almost like harmonise, just find the melody. Do you know what I mean? And then that's it. Then I'm gone from there.
I do find though, like there's some artists that are out there that. I think some of their songs are not structured in a way. And I think you've probably got a template in how you do it without realising properly.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, if I'm honest, I think 2019, no, a bit before, maybe 2018, something like that. I feel like something clicked with me where I stopped writing bars and I started writing songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then now, like you said, there's this structure where I'm not just like attacking the beat, I'm like riding with the beat. So when it's going up and down and drums come in and out and bass comes in and out, or a little bit of rhythm guitar, whatever changes, then I'm going with it. And that's where I think
You've definitely found your sound.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You found
who
you are. You're not just barring for the sake of it. You're writing the songs and we've had these conversations quite a lot, haven't we?
Yeah.
And you know it. That's all I had to add to that.
Yeah, I just think that someone's either going to listen for the chorus or someone's going to listen for what you're saying, or both.
Yeah.
And you got that perfectly.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, it's like you get some listeners, like myself really, when I was younger especially, it was all about the lyrics, and I was listening to how deep it was, and that's exactly what I wanted to hear. And then as I've got older as a listener and a writer, it's like, I actually want a nice melody. Like, I don't actually really listen to much rap music. Not new. I don't listen to no new rap music. What, really. Yeah, I don't listen to none of that. If I'm like,
you're not a fan of mumble rap?
No.
I do love Snoop. Do you see Snoop?
Oh mate, honestly stuff. That's
just the clarity in the vocal. Just it's unparalleled, really.
No, I've got stuff like Nina Simone and that on my playlist. Do you know what I mean?
Nice.
I'm listening to stuff like that, and then obviously I've got the classics from when I was growing up, like Wheatus, Teenage Dirtbag.
Yeah.
Maroon 5 is like, I think one of the most inspirational albums I listened to as a youngster. Songs About Jane. I think that's where I started to listen to songs and understand what was happening and why it was making me feel like that.
I think by listening to rap though, like not just rap, that helps you with your songs. Because that probably help you with beats and inspiring, like, if I use this sample or this style and that, because that'll help you involve your track and your style, rather than let's do the same beat that everyone else doing, or the same beat I've done for the last kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Just be yourself. Yeah. And just go with it.
Yeah, it helps to create sort of a unique, I suppose, sound, as you mentioned. Yeah. So for anyone interested in looking to try and find Jay or Jack on social media, we've got Instagram handles. So we've got Jay is at JMusicOfficial. That's music with a Z and music with a K.
Just to make it more complicated.
Just to make it hard for you.
And then for Jack with Hive Creative, we have got at Hive Creative Media. So you can follow both the gents on Instagram to keep up to date with what they're going on with, what's going on. keep up to date for any your recent announcements or anything exciting that's coming up, that'll be the place to see it.
So for uni, we have this question because we're doing a Christmas special, so it's a bit light-hearted fun. So it's a question: when it comes to Christmas,
Oh yes,
are you more Buddy the Elf or the Grinch? That goes for both. That goes for both of you.
I'm gonna go Buddy the Elf. I'd say it's more that. I'm not Grinch.
I'm 100% more Buddy the Elf as well. My girlfriend will tell you otherwise, but I'm 100%. I love Christmas. It's amazing.
Yeah, fantastic, isn't that right? We need someone to kick Chantelle's Christmas spirit into gear.
You're more the Grinch, are you?
Yeah.
I'm afraid
my Christmas starts at Christmas Eve, 23:09,
and ends at the 25th at 12 o'clock.
There's got to be a limit, right? Some people who want to put their trees up in like November, no,
that's too early.
At least wait till December.
I was saying to Chantelle and the rest of the radio crew as well. Actually, I've seen a meme on Facebook over the past month or two. This is a picture of my Christmas tree. It's a guy's shed.
Yeah.
It's like, it's because it's November. Let's be realistic.
That's where it lives.
Yeah.
Mine come out of the garage like yesterday. Do you know what I mean? Not in November, man.
Yeah.
So also basic talk on stuff like, I know you talk about mental health and stuff like that. If you've got any stuff you want to talk about?
Not specifically, no, if I'm honest. As you know, a bit of my story.
Yeah.
So, growing up, there was a lot of violence and stuff when I was growing up. And then, unfortunately, in 2017, my mum committed suicide. So, yeah, that was they were a few strange years, you know what I mean? I think, actually, with my mum, that brought everything then up from my childhood as well.
Yeah.
But kind of a message I would say to people, I've got friends who aren't in the best places and that. And because I've been through, I don't mean to sound cold here, but because I've been through a lot myself, I do at times find it hard to have sympathy for people.
Yeah.
But my message to them people is, this is why I get frustrated, is because if I can do it, if I can be in this certain place and come out of this and be positive, you can do it too. And we can all do it, do you know what I mean? And everything is in your head. Everything. Do you know what I mean? There are literally, like my mother's suicide, it's a fact, it's factual, it's happened, it's happening, whatever. But everything after that is all up to you. Do you know what I mean?
Always say sometimes I forget and have to remind myself. So if I'm having a hard time, or to the point where I'm like, oh, for God's sake, and I'm really struggling.
Yeah.
If I go back a couple of years, and go, actually, I managed to get through that.
Look where I am.
So temper, and I have a rule, like when I suffer with anxiety and stuff like that, I have a rule. So I usually do is write down a list. Yeah. So, okay, I say to my mum all the time, and don't take me on advice sometimes.
Yeah, it's easier to say it than to take
so
it.
So what can you do about it? If
you
do stuff that you can do about it. If you can't do any of it, don't worry about it.
Exactly, what can
so
you do?
You just got to look back, and when you're really struggling, look at other times that you got through it, and that will probably go, okay. Or I'll give myself 1 or 2 days to mope about it, to moan and rage. After that, try and get on.
Exactly that. That's it for me. It's like, look at where you come from.
Yeah.
Times I'm happy with where I am. I've achieved quite a good amount of stuff, whatever. And at times I just have to snap out of that moment when you're feeling down.
Yeah.
And be like, hold on a minute. Look at where you are. Look at where you've come from. Look at what you're doing. And also then just look at other people in the world. It's like, things could be worse. It could always be worse.
Well, we got through 2020.
Well, yeah, do you know what I mean? The whole world, isn't it? That's it,
That's your slogan. You can get through the COVID lockdown.
You can do anything, exactly. And it was strange for everyone, wasn't it? So, yeah. But yeah, definitely that. And just, be grateful. Show gratitude.
Exactly.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, thank you both, Jack and Jay, for being here with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's just been a fantastic, fantastic interview. I've had a really good time. What about yourself, Chantelle?
Yeah.